coverage of the NFL is on the air. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the LA Chargers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Oh, taking it right down Broadway. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
And that's definitely the way you get things started. That's the way it was drawn up in the locker room, in pregame, and everything. And they got it done right away, running the ball for a big game.
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Danny Gray, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Moody good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Now this defense for the Niners, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. Intended receiver there was Donald Parham, and it's 3rd down and 2. You look at this Niner defense. They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
Smith will come in motion right. Third and 2, Herbert. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help. And
they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
10 seconds.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Lance and company going on fourth down. Escaping the pressure right. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk. His first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
3rd and 2. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one. And what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, Herbert. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Devontae Smith laying himself out in the end zone. And the Chargers have got it back to within a score. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make our score 14-7. After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers.
Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Lance to throw on second down here.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Now a play fake. Lance.
That is caught. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Up the gut, McCaffrey.
Down to the 42, second down.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Here's Lance to throw it.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
Past the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
On second down, here's Lance.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 15. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Looking here for Smith downfield. And got his man complete.
Down to the 10.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Devontae Smith
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Chargers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Samuel going to go in motion right. On play action, Lance.
And incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Got a man, that's Ayuk.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Lance looking to throw it. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Play action, now it's Lance.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Now Lance throwing on 2nd down. Look at the big fella go.
Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 33 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead is now 21-14.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but
he's got a man complete. A big play there for L.A. 42 yards. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And that is caught. It's Davis.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And the tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further.
2nd and 9. Once again, it's Swift.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Now 3rd down and 7.
Here's Herbert.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by McManus is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance.
Flushed out right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Now Lance.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Throwing now is Lance. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Well, this might very well have been 4-down territory, but that's not going to matter now. They get a nice throw there on 3rd down, and they're able to keep the drive going.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the 2nd half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? The Charger drive about to get going. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On second down, Swift.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for third down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Ambry Thomas.
And the 49ers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead. I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
Here's Lance.
Flush to his right. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Third down and 1. The Lance going to throw. Open man is Ayuk, complete.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the play and a first down.
Working from the gun, Lance. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover. but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Lance now to throw. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Lance. That's complete left side to Gray. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. McCaffrey on the counter. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Lance. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. Lance now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 70 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Off play action. Lance escaping the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Herbert. And this one is incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
The offense on 3rd down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Herbert. Looking for Pryor long. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the Niners are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
This to the sideline and over everybody. Incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Lance. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, 66 yards. And the 49ers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Moody good with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. The Charger drive about to get going. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Uncorks one for Davis. And this is going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Herbert off of play action. He's airing it out for Williams. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Rolling to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a...
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing second and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Throwing on second and long. Lance, he'll take a shot for the end zone.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. So they went a little cautious there on third and long.
And nothing wrong with that. Remember, they're playing with a lead right now. So getting a first down, yes, that would be great. But even more importantly, take care of the football. No turnovers, no big plays for the other team, and keep the clock moving.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so that you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case.
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
77 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 46, here's 2nd and 3.
Back to throw. Lance eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Lance. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
And the Chargers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, baseball folks, Charles, they like to talk about the 3 true outcomes, a strikeout, a walk, or a home run. But for this quarterback, it's been the 2 true outcomes here. He's got 4 touchdown passes, but now a 3rd interception.
And it pains you to think that you have to try and tell him to rein it in. But at the same time, you can't just chuck it up there and hope for the best. And old school football coaches will tell you there's 3 true outcomes throwing the ball, and 2 of them are bad.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, if I haven't said it before, I'm certainly saying it now. No one throws a prettier deep ball than Justin Herbert. This thing's on a rope, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to go up top again.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Trying to get the ball to his tight end in the center of the field where he runs a lot of his routes and ostensibly is extremely comfortable. He was hoping he'd find a seam and a big gainer to go along with it, but that one was incomplete.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. And no move to get Herbert off the field. They're going for this. 4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to try and go deep again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. Flush to his right. His throw incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. McCaffrey running up the middle. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. Only able to work it to the 20 after the nice broken tackle. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the 49ers, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.